When I talk about black pitchers in baseball, you didn't already know about Satchel Paige being a Hall of Famer. You know how great he was. You know about Ferguson Jenkinson being one of the greatest and Bob Gibson. But this topic is the three bad brothers who are not Hall of Famers who shoulda, coulda, woulda. And we don't talk about maybe where they should rank. Vida Blue, Oakland A's, San Francisco Giants. One of the baddest pitchers ever. Strong left-handed pitcher. Had a distinctive tone, you know, distinctive name too. Um, had a very strong career. Sometimes you don't win enough games or enough strikeouts. There's different things that kind of curve you from reaching your full potential. But he was bad. He was bad. Made no mistakes about it. Vida Blue was the truth. He was definitely a pitcher that in another era, and you put a few more wins with it, he was definitely a cat that you could definitely say yourself, that guy should have, because he's in the Giants and the A's Hall of Fame, just not Baseball Hall of Fame. Baseball's criteria is always change, and they still got old school rules for pitchers, even though because of how they've been with Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, and Roger Clemens, they bend in the rules to see fit to what they want. But pitchers still got to go through the old school rules, which are crazy. Because if a guy was dominant and had a presence, they are definitely somebody that you could strongly make an exemption for or something like that. Because Vida Blue's one of those guys you could solely see potentially in that regard. The next guy who's a coulda, shoulda, woulda been Dwight Gooden. What can I say about him? There was a time, and I'm not just talking about in Do the Right Thing movie with Mookie and Tino when they walk down the street saying who's the greatest pitcher when they were talking about Roger Clemens, Dwight Gooden. They were kind of like almost like the Bird and Magic of baseball pitchers. There was a serious debate there for a while, and Dwight Gooden came out like a firecracker because he was dominant. He was dominant. And then of course, he had his vices. 10 years later, with the Mets, he won pitched a no hitter with the Yankees. He came up big. It's just that vices got the best of him. But you talking about a shoulda, coulda, him and Daryl Strawberry. Like we're gonna talk about those guys were straight Hall of Famers. Like it's like unless you just mess up something, there's no way you can't get in. Think about it. So those guys come to mind when I say that. Dwight Gooden was, Cy Young Award, World Series winner, dominance with his pitching, just a beast. He was going to be the second. He was one of the guys you thought might be the second coming to Bob Gibson or like a Satchel Paige type, because, he was distinctive like that. Just like Vida Blue, you may have thought of maybe an updated version of Don Newcomb. Then we get to J.R. Richards. And he had a stroke, and unfortunately, I always looked at Bill Burton, who's the Astros manager, with a side eye because they brought in Nolan Ryan after it went down. But in his dominance, he was JR. He was like the JR of pitchers, like JR Ewing was to Orelman on the TV show. He was bringing it to the point that the great Johnny Bench and Dale Murphy, who happened to be one of my favorite players growing up as a kid, said he was they said he was the toughest pitcher they faced. I seen J.R. Richards make Reggie Jackson look bad in the All-Star game. That's when it mattered. Had some heat with that ball. And just a distinctive tone. He had to retire at 30, but he was something else. Big, strong. If he had gotten the pitch till he was 35 to 40, easy 250 to maybe 300 wins. It just that, it came and went. But for a window, he's one of those guys that, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So those are three guys that shoulda, coulda, woulda as baseball Hall of Famers. That black pitchers I'm just specifically talking about. But tell me where you rank them, and who did you feel more impressed of the three? I thought Dwight Gooden was probably the one that was the straight shooter that would have been a surefire. Vida and JR kind of cancel each other out because they both had things and pluses, but it's a good list though. But anyway, Vida Blue, Dwight Gooden, JR Richards. What I thought they should have been the guys that shoulda, coulda, would have been Hall of Famers. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another and share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do video requests like this, I bring true. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free, stay cool, stay up on my one time. Peace.